Hello children, welcome back to my show. Today, I have a fun topic for you. Leaks, mines, and cease and desists. Internet drama at its fucking finest. On June 9, 2017, Void Glitch received a legal letter from Digital Extremes in regards to the termination of his data mining activities, and was forced to shut down Void Glitch's repository. Now, if you don't know who Void Glitch is, you must be living under a cock. Void Glitch is a 17-year-old data miner who collects and publishes hidden Warframe data, drop rates of items, unreleased Warframes, data on quests and missions, and information on bugs and broken mechanics. For the longest time, his repository was the only source of information on the states of secondary fire modes of many Warframe weapons. Without it, there is no way to view information on the drop rates of relics in-game. So why did Digital Extremes took down the repository? Here's a statement by Rebecca Ford, Warframe Community Manager.
For almost 3 years we turned a blind eye, knowing that the parts of the community found value in these things. Then our unreleased quest scripts got data mined, which we spoke on in this subreddit. We encouraged people not to read it, and continued working on what we hoped would remain a surprise. Then Umbra screenshots and primed streamlined screenshots appeared. Then we investigated how those things came to be. Then our blind eye was forced to act. When our game was being directly affected in extremely dangerous ways. Right now I'm trying to figure out a way to have the transparency people valued still exist somewhere. Maybe the Wikia. Still figuring it out. So you can see this isn't an attempt to enter an era of %0.00001 mods. With the relics we added rarity colors to the prime parts as well as a fleshed out codex, so we are making progress, however slowly. Most of us farm the same RNG with you, so we always have people with perspective when it comes to being fair free to play. I understand if jaded industry views lead you to assume the worst, but the above is the truth and our evidence forced us to act. Apologies for any undue stress caused.
An interesting perspective to say the least. How data mining, that relies on client-side data, can affect the game in extremely dangerous ways. Why are you acting now, 2.5 years after Prime Streamline leaks, and right before the TinoCon? And most importantly, why are you taking down a GitHub repository with client-side data that had nothing to do with the Umbra and Prime Streamline leaks? Let's listen to Void Glitch's statement.
/r/Warframe Reddit community and Pushai's YouTube channel. As you may or may not know, on June 9th, 2017, I received a legal letter from lawyers representing Digital Extremes in regard to the termination of my data mining activities. The letter requested that I was to take down any data mined content that I had uploaded and to discontinue publishing said content in the future. If not, it was plausible for them to take legal action upon me. As all of this was going down, Rebecca informed the /r/Warframe community of her perspective of the situation. It basically said that showed a blind eye to the content I'd provided because it was a valued service in the community. Only when the Excalibur, Umbra and Primed Streamline scandals occurred was when they were prompted to stop me from participating in my activities. The thing is though, I was not the individual or individuals responsible for these two scandals. Digital Extremes assumed that it was a large part of my data mining routine, yet they have nothing to do with each other. In this case, I was directly targeted for something I was not involved in. My point is, the community, as a whole, should not be punished for the careless actions of one reverse engineer, and it would be best for Digital Extremes to reverse the effects of their legal demands. They are already in a situation where they are majorly seen in a negative light, and I have already extended my hand to come to a compromise with them in order to allow the fair publishing of data that they either refuse to or are too lazy to publish in their own video game, Warframe, or on an external website. Digital Extremes, if you are watching this video, please consider the actions that you are taking. That is only hurting your reputation and relations to your player base in the long run. Void_Glitch.
And there you have it, both sides, both statements. Personally, I completely support Void Glitch and his data mining efforts. To me, This takedown looks like a misguided attempt to prevent more leaks before TonoCon, and I consider it a tremendous misstep. What do you think?